Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the blackbusinessschool.com. I want to talk to you about something that I consider to be one of the biggest pending crises in America, one of the biggest financial crises that we're kind of seeing in America, and that's student loan debt. A lot of you have either gone to college or you're in college, or maybe you have children you want to send to college. And it's interesting. This is something I think about a lot. I benefited from going to college. I was in school for a really long time. In fact, the first book I ever wrote was called Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About College. So I'm a big advocate for what college education can do if you use it for the right things and the right reasons. But I'm really concerned about what's going on with student loan debt. In America, student loan debt has spiraled out of control, largely because universities are charging insane amounts of money. And because this debt is being made available, people are just signing on the dotted line and going deeper and deeper in debt. In fact, the debt is so bad for young people under the age of 35, millennials, that this is the first generation in American history where the median millennial, meaning the person right in the middle, the median or average millennial, if you want to use the term average, is expected to actually die in debt or be very close to that. And so basically, we're kind of at this really interesting crossroads, where 37 million people are in student loan debt. The average student loan debt size, according to the New York Federal Reserve, is about $23,000. But there are a lot of students who are in debt for more than that, over 100,000, 80,000, etc. And so a lot of times you see young people get out of school and they literally have a mortgage and they have no house. So you're literally paying a mortgage on an invisible house. Now your education might be the house, but in a lot of cases you'll see students who get degrees in fields where they can't make that kind of money back. I saw this a lot. I've taught at a lot of different universities. I taught at the University of Kentucky, Indiana University, the Ohio State University, the University of Rochester, and Syracuse University over 20 something years. And then I went to start the blackbusinessschool.com, where we have over 20,000 students. And so basically, what I'm really seeing is a situation where, as you think about how you get education, you got to be really intelligent about it. I don't think it's a crime to borrow to go to school. I don't think that it's a crime to go to college. But I don't think it's a crime to not go to college. I think it's a matter of understanding the most efficient way to get what you want. In fact, there are a lot actually corporations that are actually creating universities with much lower price models where they teach you exactly what you need to know to come work for them, tech companies more specifically. And so, my argument is that, obviously preparing and saving up for college and stuff like that is fine. But really, in America right now, one of the horrible things about this country is that people can't really afford to pay for education straight up, and they can't afford to get sick straight up because healthcare costs and education costs have been allowed, due to public policy, spiral out of control, and it's really hitting the American public hard. In fact, I'm looking at a chart that I wish I could show you. I don't know how to screen share this, but I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, and they're literally showing a chart that shows that when you adjust for inflation, the average debt per borrower in each graduating class, going back to 1993, back then it was more like, under $10,000. Now the average debt per borrower, inflation adjusted, is 30 something thousand, 33,000. Also, the percentage of students taking on debt in each class back in 93, it was about 46%. In the 2014, 2015, it was over 70%. So more and more people are going into debt. Also, the really interesting thing, really startling, is that, when you look at what young people make versus what they owe, the if you look at this chart, I wish you guys could see it. I'm actually trying to share this with you. Basically, the amount that students owe has gone up since 2005 by about 36%, but the amount that they make has dropped. It's actually, the growth has been negative, so they're making less money now with far more debt. So what's effectively happening is you're creating a debt enslaved generation of people. Literally, young people are becoming slaves to this debt. And so what you really want to think about is making sure that, and also remember this, and I'll tell you this in the other part in a second, but remember this: when you're black, usually whatever white people are going through, we're going through it 3 times more. That's just the way things are economically and otherwise. So black people are kind of in the crux of this. When for-profit schools, which have the highest student loan default rates, when for-profit schools are screwing people, they're screwing us first. They're going to our neighborhoods first. They're going after our kids first. So basically, we have to find a game plan that is different from the traditional game plan. The whole, I'll pay 40,000 a year, sign on the dotted line, and come out with a ton of debt, and just pray that one day I'm gonna be able to pay it off. I think you want to have a better plan. One of the things I highly recommend, for example, is that if you send your child to college, you make sure your child takes a course that prepares them to be an entrepreneur. Because being an entrepreneur does a couple of things. Number one, it gives them the ability to create a side stream of income in the event that they want to increase their income. Number two, it gives them a plan B in case they can't get a job. Number three, it gives them another option in case they don't want the job that's offered to them. Because that's the problem for black folks. Either we get a job that doesn't pay us enough, we get a job that we hate, or we can't get a job at all. So ultimately, knowing how to start a business kind of helps you deal with all those things. And so, I would also say that if you do borrow to go to school, or if your child borrows, or if your family borrows, try to minimize that. I think that some private schools are worth it. Some of them just aren't. Some of them just aren't. And if I'm taking on 20,000 a year in debt to go to school, I better be majoring in engineering or business or something. And even then, you're still not guaranteed to be able to pay it off. I mean, it's a mess. It's a complete mess. You got to really do economic, economic judo to break through all the obstacles that are kind of stacked up against you. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to think outside the box. If you follow the other sheep into the slaughterhouse, then guess what? You're gonna get slaughtered too. So don't follow the sheep into the slaughterhouse. And also, when you follow the white sheep into the slaughterhouse, the black sheep gets slaughtered first and gets slaughtered twice. Okay, so you're the black sheep. The white sheep are getting slaughtered. Don't follow the white sheep. Go a different route. Send your kids on a different route. Figure out a different economic plan for your family. That's how you survive in the 21st century. That's all I want to share with you guys. I'm out of here. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Visit theblackbusinessschool.com. You can sign up for free. We also have some very low-cost classes that you can take over there that'll help you learn things like this so that you won't be any kind of economic victim. You will be the winner. You will be the one who figures this all out. A lot of these models are not that complicated. You just need somebody to break it down for you. Maybe I can be your guy. So anyway, take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Peace.